When the weather gets cooler, it's time to bust out the potatoes, and we're gonna make some killer mashed potatoes right now. Step 1, gather all your stuff. For a family of 4, we're gonna be using about 2.5 pounds of Yukon Golds. This is like 8 or 9 of these medium ones here. You can use russets too, or red potatoes, even those purple ones, but Yukons are the way to go in my kitchen. Peel them or don't peel them, it's your call. I usually lose the skins if I'm mashing them. If you've ever wondered what the little pointy thing on the end of your peeler is for, it's for digging out dark spots. Cut your potatoes into chunks and try and keep them fairly uniform. We're going for like 1-inch pieces here. Throw all your potatoes in a large pot. Fill that pot with cold water with at least an extra inch to cover the potatoes. Add a huge pinch of salt, maybe a tablespoon if you're measuring, to the pot. If you have tiny fingers, make it 2. And turn your burner to high. When the water comes to a boil, you can back off the heat a bit if you're getting water bubbling up out onto your burner. Otherwise, let her rip for about 10 minutes or so, but check on them after 7 or 8. Potatoes will get waterlogged if left boiling for too long, and water is the opposite of flavor, which is why we're going to let the potatoes absorb this instead: dairy. While your potatoes are boiling, grab a small saucepan and to it add a half stick of butter. That's 4 tablespoons. Add a half cup of milk. I prefer whole milk here, but use what you have. And 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt. All of these quantities can be adjusted up or down based on how you like your mashed potatoes, but I've given you a pretty solid place to start. If you really want to make this your own, go ahead and add any or all of the following: a couple crushed cloves of garlic, a bunch of fresh thyme, a sprig of fresh rosemary, a dozen or so whole black peppercorns, 2, 3, a bay leaf or 2. At home, I go heavy with the bay leaf, the thyme, and the garlic. Now put this over medium heat until it steams a little and the butter has melted, and then turn it down to low and let it steep for as long as you can. You're kind of making tea, like milk tea, garlic, milk, tea. Drain out all the water and leave the potatoes in the hot pan to dry. The next step is the fun part: mashing. The first step here is don't put them in a blender. You'll end up with a gummy paste, and while your family might be too polite to lodge a complaint, you'll inevitably see the disappointment in their eyes, and you'll know that you denied them a chance at true happiness. Instead, use this, a masher. I don't think there's any explanation necessary for this guy right here. You just apply it to the potatoes until they're mashed. Or even better, if you have one, use a ricer. Just like using Play-Doh, the spud goes in the thingy, you squeeze the thingy handles, and then mashed potatoes squirt out through the little thingy holes in the bottom. No gumminess, not much effort, and cleaning the ricer is actually a lot easier than you'd expect. And you know I hate cleaning shit. That's satisfying. When your potatoes are riced or mashed, stir in your warm milk. If you've added any stuff like herbs or garlic, pour it through a strainer so you're not fishing thyme stems out of your food. Stir it all together. Give it a taste, see if you have enough salt in there, and serve it up while it's still warm. Just find yourself a quiet spot in the corner next to a tub full of gravy, grab yourself a poncho, and go to town. I do hope I was able to help you out today, and if I did, you can help me by hitting the subscribe button, clicking like, or saying hi in the comments. We're gonna make some gravy next. Peace.